Hey guys, welcome back to season number 3 of the Washington football team 20-year rebuild. My sister moved back home, so I haven't had a whole ton of time to record, especially with an extra person in the house. I don't like recording when a lot of people are in the house or when a lot of people are up. I try to do it normally later in the night or when everybody's gone or whatever, and so it's a little tougher now, but hey, we're here. We're gonna keep getting things done after a whole ton of trades, fucking branding this team, trying to get it to a new and better state. Brought in some rookies last year, brought in some very good players. Hopefully they can come in and perform right away and step up to the occasion. We do decide to start the rookie quarterback. Nick Chubb and Austin Eckler are going to be our 2 running backs. Matt Phillips will move up to the 3rd wide receiver slot, even though we do have James Washington and Dante Pettis. Those guys are just extra options if we ever need them. The rest of the offense is basically the same. The defense, we're going to move Khaleke Hudson up, and McCutcheon is also going to start. Just going to put this out there. Jerome Baker does get traded. Some of these guys do get traded. I don't know if it was in the last episode. I don't know if it's in this episode, but you will see some trades here. As some of these guys are starting to cost a decent chunk of change, and I cannot keep them around if we are not performing. That's one of the biggest things that you have to realize with a rebuild this long. You have to get rid of people if they're not performing. If they're not performing, you got to get rid of them. You can't keep these backups either on expensive deals. Got to get rid of guys that just aren't going to be putting up the stats for you that you need. The team looks really decent. Plenty of X Factors, plenty of superstars, plenty of stars. Some guys definitely do need to go up in the star department, but hey, they just have to come out and perform for those first couple of weeks. I'm just going through the depth chart, basically showing who we have on the roster and who will be making the roster. I did go in and change it a little bit later. And like I said, I did go in and play some of the moments as well, so keep that in mind. There's Nick Chubb, as always, wearing number 22. I still don't like his helmet. I really don't. I don't like his helmet. And of course, it's preference. It probably fits his head real nice, and it probably just feels nice. So that's his choice, and I'm not gonna go mess with that, of course. But still, as we hand it off to Austin Eckler here in a halfback draw, and he'll take it in for the touchdown from about 7 yards out. Currently watching some of the games of week 2 of the NFL, because I think this will come out probably Monday or Tuesday, depending on if I have roster updates done and finished for each game. But yeah. So yeah, I went through, played a couple games, key games, rival games, stuff like that. We did end up winning this game 32-20. If you guys remember the last season, we did get kind of fucked against the Eagles. Not like they didn't just bend us over and fuck us. So Jerome Baker, Dwayne Haskins are going to the New England Patriots for Shaq Mason and Joe Thuney. They're on cheaper deals. They're only here for a couple of years, so we're going to ship off Brandon Sheriff and Ali Marpet even after signing Brandon Sheriff. These guys are on $8 million a year. I thought this was a good trade at the time. We'll end up trading Akeem Hicks because Akeem Hicks had 2 years, but he was so fucking expensive. I could barely trade anybody after this. So all the money we did get rid of ended up going right back on the team. Josh Jackson, Montez Sweat, and a 3rd-round pick gets me Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in the game. I think he has a 5-year contract currently. And since I'm not taking any of the cap penalty, he's only making $7.5 a year. So that means O.J. Howard and Ali Marpet are out for 2 first-rounders, and Trey Hopkins. Trey Hopkins is literally just cap piece. And then Landon Collins and Austin Eckler, and a first of 2023 for Saquon Barkley and Shane LeMahieu. Akeem Hicks for a 2nd-round pick, so I probably could have gotten more out of Matthew Ioannidis, but I don't know if I could have because of his contract and everything. So that's no fun. Brandon Sheriff and Tariq Cohen, and a 4th of 2024 for 2 first-rounders from the Bears and Nick Vanette. So this is how the team kind of looks after all those trades. So Travis Kelce's going to come in, hopefully be a player to watch for us. We did get rid of Matthew Ioannidis, so mark it down. Colt will step up, but with that 7-year contract of $550K, he's going to be great for the amount we are paying him. See, because everybody just wants to go off of numbers when they're doing rebuilds. Like, oh, this guy only had this many sacks. Yeah, but how much are you paying? Because if you're paying him only $700K a year, and he's like a high 70 overall, that's a very good player for you, and you should keep that player around. If you're paying him $10 million and he only gets 2.5 sacks, that's a fucking problem when you fix it. This is simulation, and these are my ratings, my sliders from Panthers franchise, or as best I could replicate them, so I don't want to like overdo it. And so Saquon's just not good at the back end. And since this is coming out after week 2, you guys just know what happened to Saquon just a little bit ago. There's somebody on the TV right now probably explaining what's going on with Dave Montgomery and Saquon. Oh, and Sterling Shepard. Because you guys have seen the injuries already this week. We're only at, what, 130 now? And there's a bunch of injuries around the NFL. Like, big key guys, too. It's not just, like, role players or starters. It's big key players. So, never great when you have big key players going out. Saquon Barkley will end up in the end zone once again. Get fucked, Cowboys. In the pursuit to the playoffs. We'll have more Carolina Panthers stuff come out, roster updates, other videos. Was working on some stuff. I don't know if I want to do them still, because I had a GTA video planned, but it's been, what, 3 weeks, almost a month since the account resets happened. This Green Bay team is like 10-1 when we went into this game, so I wasn't expecting much, especially with a rookie QB. I was not expecting much. So AJ Dillon just fucking busted our ass like 12 days whenever I was in. They always went to a power formation. We'll send it up the middle with Nick Chubb, and Nick Chubb will just fall into the end zone. We do have Nick Chubb technically starting at fullback and at power back, and Saquon Barkley starting at third down back and running back. The reason why, see, 24-17, they just outperformed us in the passing game especially. They had only 2 takeaways. We had 4, but we just couldn't put it together on offense. The QB struggled a fuck ton, as you can tell, with less passing yards than rushing yards. And the reason why I put Nick Chubb as my phone device to go off, that's cool. The reason why I decided to put Nick Chubb at fullback is because he gets a little bit of extra yards. When he's in, and he might catch like 3 extra passes. He might get 1 or 2 extra runs. So it helps. It gets the other X factor on our team on the field. So. Don't really remember how this Lions game went. I think we ended up winning, but I'm not 100% sure, as Marvin Jones basically walks into the end zone. Yeah, we ended up winning 28-23. Literally after that Marvin Jones play, I didn't even get to play the rest of the game. So at the playoffs, we go, what is that, 9-7? Yeah. 9-7. The football team went 9-7. The football team is actually looking like the best team in the NFC East in real life too, for some fucking reason. I don't know why. Cowboys look like they're dog shit. The Eagles are getting shit on because they have nobody. The Giants just lost Saquon, like I said. Daniel Jones has played like absolute shit. So the football team actually looks like the best team as of right now. I don't know if they play tomorrow night or later in the day. I have no clue. I don't think they're playing right now, because the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Eagles are playing right now, and all 3 of them are getting shit on. Our running backs performed excellent. It's kind of like the Bears rebuild that we did. We have 2 great running backs in the backfield, and they just complement each other. And through the air, nobody's getting a whole ton of receptions. Like the top 3 guys got 70 receptions each, if not more. But they combined for over, 2,700 yards, 2,800 yards. So it's pretty impressive. Offensive line is going to offensive line. Can't really do much about that. Khaleke Hudson coming along with that superstar. He just needs to perform just a little bit better, and we can get him going even more. De'Aaron Payne and Khalil Mack with over 10 tackles for loss. Hayward and McCutcheon there with over 7 each. Khalil Mack with 12.5 sacks. Chase Young with 8.5. Marcus Davenport with 6. That's great to see out of a $550K contract player. And Cameron Hayward with 3. De'Aaron Payne with 1.5. He's more of a nose tackle anyway, so it doesn't bother me too much. Interceptions, decent amount as a team. Blake Hudson had 2. Sidney Jones had 3. So Cameron Hayward even had 1. And it was really funny because when I was recording this, week 1 was happening, and I was like, there's no way Cameron Hayward gets a pick. And then in his first game, and then in the first week of the NFL season, he gets a pick. So I was proven wrong, both in real life and in, Madden 21, but whatever. Justin Tucker has a pretty good year, and Trey Waynes has an okay year at best. Special teams does not get any return touchdowns. No football team players in there. Coach of the year, we are 10th. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley at 7. Defensive Player of the Year, what was that, Mack at 5. Rookie of the Year, Chris Mart, our quarterback, great to see. Matt Phillips at 4 as well. So both of our guys seeing some decent action. Johnny McCutcheon, our middle linebacker, gets Defensive Rookie of the Year. Great to see. They do not end up going up to star, though, at the Super Bowl mark. Playing the Panthers here. We're pitching out wide Nick Chubb, and he will walk in for the touchdown. Going back pass, finding Deontay Harris. He's going to catch the ball. A little 5'6" frame, but superstar development and a cheap contract will help him out a lot. I would suggest trading for him if you're doing anything in the rebuild category and you just want an easy receiver to develop. As Robbie Anderson takes this out of our goddamn fleet. So I don't know what the announcers were talking about. They looked at a fucking Giants player for like the last 10 seconds. And Travis Kelce does go up and get that touchdown. Eddie B, if you guys don't know, he's my quarterback for my franchise mode. I don't know for how much longer, as I do tip it at the line. Curtis Samuel does catch it, but he is short. 1 yard out of the end zone. Gotta get out of the end zone. Nick Chubb gets wrapped up. Can't get out of the end zone. So safety, 27, 22. Third down and 10. They're looking, trying to find somebody. Finding nobody. Johnny McCutcheon back of the end zone will get a pick. He'll get his first pick of his career. Allen Lambeau against Green Bay. These guys were tough earlier. Gotta play well. As Phillips actually had superstar. So, no, he even has X Factor. Yeah, he has X Factor. And, but since he's not high enough overall, he doesn't have a whole ton of stuff ready for him. 28-23, we need a stop here. Get the stop, and our defensive back decides to leave the wide receiver. No offense. That really sucked. I tried going for Hail Marys, just wasn't possible. 29-28 is our final score. 4 takeaways for each team. They outclassed us in passing, but we dominated the rushing attack. They just had Aaron Rodgers, and when you have Aaron Rodgers, a lot more shit is possible. Looking to bring none of these guys back, really. Most of these guys were guys that I signed just in terms of filling positions when I did start doing a lot of those trades. That quarterback actually a star, so if you wanted to, you could put him on like a $550K contract and even start him probably and let him go wild. De'Aaron Payne, we do end up franchise tagging, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we end up franchise tagging him, getting him back. Most of these guys, all these guys are just $550K contracts. You know the deal. $550K contracts, 7 years, gets it done. There's no reason to try to give them big deals if they're just going to be backups at best or even trade pieces in the near future. So, like I said, I don't like trying to trade anybody the first year that I sign them, so I don't want to like bring in a wide receiver and then, oh, I have too many wide receivers, trade them away, anything like that. But we do get a decent haul, a couple tight ends, a couple of wide receivers, the QB back that has star development, a couple linebackers, guard here and there, so do fill some backup holes, do fill some holes in general. With this trade, we are trading the 41st, the 173, no, one of this year, a 2 of next year, a 6 of next year, for a 1 and a 2 and a 3 of this year. So we are moving down in the draft by 3 picks to pick up an extra 2 and a 3 of this year, and you will see why in just a couple of minutes, or even a couple seconds. There are guys that I want, and they're further down the board, so there's no reason to keep these picks. The 27 of this year, the 80 of this year, and a 7th round pick of next year gets me a 2nd, a 5th of this year, and a 4th of next year. We got some guys that I want to take, some offensive linemen, some other guys that just look good that are further down the board. Going to take this guy, Bobby Monroe, right guard, out of Utah, 22 years old, 327 pounds, 6'5", hidden development. I think it says number 5 in the class. We took him at number 7. He is a good value pick. He'll come in and start right away. With this trade, we're just looking for some trade options. Nothing too spectacular here. I just didn't feel like going in and doing a manual trade. With our next pick, I forget if we take Levi Callaway or Aaron Baker, but we're going to be taking Levi Callaway, the center. 21 years old, pass protector out of Boise State, 300 pounds, 6'5", looks pretty good, 74 overall. He is a good pick. Looks like number 14 in the class. I can't really see it. So I'm sitting on my 32-inch right now. No, I think this is a 26. Either way, and on Share Factory, it shrinks it down to probably by like a 10-inch screen. We do take Aaron Baker here next. He does have hidden development trait, so it kind of makes me wonder: do I keep McCutcheon or do I get rid of Cleek Hudson? Do I keep? Because I would like to start this guy because he does have star. Henry Archibald looks like a good corner. He's a late 4th rounder with late 1st round talent. He's projected late 4th round. He's a talented number 1 guy, so we're going to bring him in. Number 29 in the class, took him at number 63, 21 years old, 187 pounds, 5'10", out of Central Michigan, slot wide out corner. Dante Pettis, Antonio Golden, and Jonah Jackson gets me a 3rd round pick. I need another 3rd round pick, so let's get it. Jaleel Weavery. Jaleel Wary, I guess you could call him. 6'5", 262, 22 years old. Speed rusher out of LSU. I'm going to put this out there. One of the best picks that we could have possibly made. He's a top 10 pick in the draft. Well, top 10 talent. And we took him at 65. It's always good to get those guys in. He can be a good backup for years to come, especially in the 3rd round. That's always a good pick. This guy is ranked as a 2nd round talent player, but hey, we're going to take him anyway. Tyrone Cunningham, center, out of Arkansas Power, 22 years old, 310 pounds. We are rebuilding this line completely. This would be an excellent pick and an excellent chance to regain control of, just having a good offensive line, get our run game going even more. Next, we're going to be taking a fullback. I do need a fullback, a real fullback at least. I'm going to still probably run Nick Chubb at fullback just to, get him extra touches or whatever. But we're going to be taking Michael Royals here, 6'3", 258 pounds, out of FIU, blocking, 22 years old. He's a big, strong brute boy, and I think he'll do just fine. I like his name too, Michael Royals. Sounds pretty cool. But with that being said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Turn on post notifications. I'll be back with more content coming soon. I'm going to get more stuff put out, hopefully. Hopefully I can get back to my normal recording schedule of recording a couple days in advance. So if you guys do subscribe, there's always the better chance of you guys unsubscribing later if you guys do not enjoy my content. So keep that in mind. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.